UFC 264 is upon us. Daniel and I are going to give you our predictions and breakdowns. Daniel, please tell me you understand what's going to happen. How likely
I
do you think?
don't, but I think Conor McGregor is going to win this one.
Okay, how?
Well, first of all, Khabib and GSP actually think Conor's going to win,
Okay.
and they have one of the best track records in terms. They both predicted that Conor was going to smoke Aldo, which no one thought, right? So I think even just based on that, I think, and they're already like pretty close in terms of odds anyway. So like it's already a coin flip basically, but I think it slightly leans Conor McGregor
Okay.
anyway, and the odds are for Conor McGregor slightly. So
I feel like
think Conor's gonna win.
without deferring to authority, why do you
Mm.
think?
I think Conor will be smart enough to correct his in the second fight. Like I think Conor has higher innate ability than and like talent than Dustin Poirier, but he made more mistakes, and those mistakes are more correctable.
No, I think
Like I don't think Dustin made any mistakes in like the first or second fight. You know,
he definitely made a mistake in the first fight. He was rushing in too early and he was getting counterstruck. That was definitely a big issue in his first fight.
I feel like he just got caught with a good counter punch. Like he didn't make any mistakes like Conor does, like very obvious. Where Conor literally just did not check the
Okay,
kicks. You know,
so when I followed Poirier's career,
well, mistakes they can correct.
Wait, Poirier's mistakes when he was very young is that he was too aggressive. He was going too forward. That's how he lost against KZ. That's how he lost against Connor. Most of Poirier's weaknesses, at least in his early part of his career, is because he was too aggressive. He rushed in too quickly, and he ended up getting countered. That was his issue before. I think we're dealing with a very mature Poirier who's not going to make that mistake. This is the way that I see it. Trilogy fights tend to run the longest of previous fights. The more two guys are in with each other, the longer the fights go. I think about this, the heavyweight trilogy between Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier. That went very long. The final actually went down to the cards. I think this was also going to mimic something like that. I think Poirier and Conor McGregor is going to go the full 5 rounds. It's going to be 48-47 for Dustin Poirier. First 2 rounds, I think McGregor could win. I think McGregor could win first and third. Poirier will win the other 3. That's how I see it going down. I think they both are going to come in a bit more reserved.
Okay. Yeah, I actually think so too. But I think maybe if I were to say, if I were to be specific of a prediction, I think Conor wins by a second round knockout.
Okay.
Because I also dreamed that. Very specific prediction. He's going to knock out Poirier with a roundhouse kick to the head.
Ooh.
I think
I really hope you're incorrect.
That's what happened in my dream. And if I'm correct, then yeah.
I really hope you're incorrect because awesome. I love Poirier. He's amazing. He is the American in this fight. I'm going to root for him. He has a charity. Conor McGregor beats up old men in bars. They're not the same. Poirier, please win. Counting on you.
Okay. Next fight.
Okay, right. Gilbert Burns, Stephen Thompson. We also have a point of disagreement. I got Burns.
Thompson for me.
I love them both. Actually, I love both Gilbert Burns and Wonderboy Thompson. But I see Burns because holy shit, does that man have power? He rocked Kamaru Usman, who has one of the strongest chins in the entire welterweight division. And I think he could have won had he not made the mistakes and been too aggressive and ended up slipping and then getting to the ground, giving time for Usman to recover. He could have been champion. I think this is what's going to happen. Wonderboy is going to. I don't think Gilbert Burns is going to go for the wrestling. He's going to try to outstrike Wonderboy. And I think even if Wonderboy gives him some trouble with some odd angles, Burns is going to hit him with such power and put him to sleep. That's how I see it. Second or third round, Gilbert Burns via knockout.
Wow. I think Wonderboy has a much better chin than Burns, though. Like Burns, he's gotten knocked out a few times in his career.
Even by lightweights, yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wonderboy has a better chin. I agree. Burns has more power. And then it's just a matter of, does Stephen Thompson have knockout power in his hands? In his kicks, possibly. I think he's going to try to head kick Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't know if those head kicks are going to land.
I think the side kick by Thompson is going to land a lot. I think that's going to...
I think you're right on that. I think that could present a lot of trouble for Gilbert Burns. I just don't see it being game-changing.
I want to see the reach. Okay, Wonderboy has a 4-inch reach advantage.
Ooh.
I think
he's also taller.
Yeah.
I think if Gilbert Burns comes into this fight not very explosive and with not enough conditioning, I think Wonder Boy has a strong leg up. I'd say it's 55-45 Gilbert Burns, knowing what I know now.
I'd say it's 60-40 Thompson.
Okay. Well, only one of us is going to be right.
I think
or it could be a draw, and both of us could be wrong because the universe hates us.
Yeah. No contest, I vote. That'd be so sad.
And I'd still blame Leon Edwards for that.
Thompson knocks out Burns 4th round with a head kick as well.
Oh my god! If we have 2 head kick knockouts back to back, I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to wish that I'm never in your dreams.
I didn't dream about this one though, so I'm not sure.
All right, so heavyweights: Tai Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy.
Okay, sorry,
I like Tai Tuivasa. He's a fun guy. I'll root for him. Greg Hardy is the former Cowboys player, player in the Cowboys. He has a height and reach advantage. It's pretty substantial. Greg Hardy also has a lot of power. I think he'll gas out very quickly. He'll go to a decision. Tai Tuivasa with better conditioning will win. The women who are on the card, I honestly, I can't even pronounce their names, much less know who they are. I'll go for the one who's slightly taller, Irene Aldana. Let's go.
This one, Sean O'Malley versus Chris Moutinho. I think it's pretty clear that Sean O'Malley is going to win.
The return of the Sugar Show. Well, there's a substantial 5-inch reach advantage and a height advantage. I think that Sean O'Malley's going to get. I think the only way Sean O'Malley wins is if he gets overconfident and tries to go for a knockout finish or a walk-away knockout for the highlight reel.
He gets.
And then he turns his back, and then bad stuff happens.
I was thinking about, he always does the look away right hand, right?
Yes.
That's if someone really studied that, they'll be like, okay, every time he looks away, like duck onto the right hand and throw your own right hand. I think maybe that'd be so funny if that happened. He looks away and he gets
wait, so does this kid, this new guy, does he have a good team behind him who can help him prepare that? Because in MMA, your fight camp is super important for your plan for your opponent. If he does, that could be an issue. On the undercard, I don't really have any preferences. I love you, Ryan Hall. Please win. You're awesome.
Yeah, finally back. So excited for this.
I love you. I love you, Ryan Hall. You're awesome.
Agreed.
Senpai noticed me.
But I think this guy's a BJJ black belt as well, so that's gonna be a little hard.
All right, 2 men grappling. Let's go.
There's actually some good fights here. Yeah, so in the early prelims, there's Jennifer Maia versus Jessica Ai.
I got Jennifer Maia. She's the only person who's won a round against Valentina Shevchenko. Wait, she had a former title contention. She won a round against a champion. Why is she in the early prelims? It's a little sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, that covers it for our breakdown of this card. Please put in the comments what you think. And who do you think is better at predicting, Daniel or me?
We'll see in a week. Please let this happen. Well, I think
please let Daniel be
right in my favor. Just like objectively, the Vegas odds are. I think Connor and Steven will